All right, I call the meeting to order of the Adrian Downtown Main Street Board of Directors, February 12th meeting. Welcome, everybody, to the meeting. Glad to see everyone here. Meredith, have you done roll call? We're all set, and we have a quorum. In front of you, you have an agenda. If there are any additions to the agenda, we don't accept them at this time. If none, I'll accept a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Second.
There's been a motion and support, and let me remind everybody to use their microphones. It's being recorded. All right. Is there any further? Is there any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. You also have in front of you your minutes from our January 8th, 2025 meeting. Is there any additions, corrections, deletions that need to be made? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there support?
Support.
Thank you, Jerry. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. Finance report, we have Jacob on Zoom. Jacob.
Yes, good morning. Can you guys hear me okay?
Perfect. Yes.
Perfect. The normal financial reports are in the meeting packet as normal. While there may be some red font in there, there's really nothing going on. It's pretty steady. We're sticking relatively close to budget. Jay's got an action item for a budget adjustment later in the meeting. But at this point in time, really no concerns. We're in steady shape and continue to be.
Excellent. Questions for Jacob? All right, we're moving right along. There's no questions. I'll entertain a motion to accept the financial reports as presented.
So moved.
There's a motion. Is there
Support.
And there's support. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. Zoom has still got me doing my hand thing. I can't stop it. All right, Main Street Directors Report.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for showing up today. Appreciate your time. At this time, I'd like to introduce Kate Deneau, our event coordinator. Kate has been with us now for just about 2 weeks. She was able to 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Third week. Wow, time flies. Kate's been working on the events, did a great job with First Fridays and the events app for that, and she'll talk about that a little bit later. Very happy to have her with us, and you all should have received a little bio about her as well a couple weeks ago.
Welcome, Kate.
Also like to welcome Thomas Stoney to the board as the Adrian College Advisory Board representative. Also want to thank Riley Ewis for her support along the way. As we continue to grow and try to attract students in downtown, we felt that it was we appreciated Riley's input and the student perspective, but knew that we needed to get more of the college leadership involved. And so I reached out to Frank Rebar to see who he thought would be the best appropriate person to come help us do that. And Thomas has the same position at Adrian College that Michael Orlando has at Siena Heights. So I thought that was probably the right choice. So welcome, Thomas, as an advisory board member. Thank you.
Can you tell us where Kate's office is, or because I saw her in your office a lot the last couple weeks, so I didn't know where she's going to be located at City Hall.
Yeah, Kate is on the first floor of City Hall. If you come in the back doors on the right-hand side, like the third or fourth office right there.
Thomas, what is your actual designation over your
I'm the Dean of Students.
Dean of Students? Excellent. Awesome. All right.
Excellent. That is all I have for reports this week, this month.
I'm going to put Vince. I'm kidding, Vince. I'm not going to put you on the spot. Mary, we're going to have you report on behalf of the city.
Michelle, can you bring up the website? I am Mary Roberts, Adrian City Commissioner, and also chairing the Adrian Bicentennial. In case you haven't heard, the bicentennial will be taking place, excuse me, this summer, July 3rd through the 6th. And we have this wonderful website that Michelle has put together for us. Things are really coming together, and I just wanted to make sure that all of you were aware, because we are partnering with the DDA and with First Fridays, and just wanted to be sure that we're all on the same page with what is happening. If you haven't taken a look at the website, I suggest that you do. Each day, as you can see, Michelle has it broken out by each day, and then you can go into each event schedule for that day. So we'll be starting out on Thursday with an ice cream social at the farmers market, partnering with the Adrian City Band and Lenawee Community Chorus. We're going to have, they will be playing period music and singing period music for us that evening. Sorry, got a little cold going. Sorry, lost my train of thought. We'll go on to Friday. We're just going to go through these really quick. So Friday, we have the parade at 10 o'clock downtown. We do have some, we have a celebrity coming. The great granddaughter of Governor Croswell will be there. We're trying to get some different kinds of floats and different things going on for the parade to help with the bicentennial. So if you know of anyone who's interested in bringing in Model Ts, we're looking for those, or any other historical kinds of parade entries would be welcome. Civitan is running the parade, but they've partnered with us. And one thing I've said over and over again is the amount of partnerships we have with all the different organizations that we've contacted so far. So at noon, we are going to be doing the rededication of the marker, which is at Comstock Park for the Daughters of the American Revolution. We're going to be doing an Indigenous Peoples recognition that was created by the Adrian Dominican Sisters. It's recognizing the land, the people who were here before it became Adrian. So it was nice of the Adrian Dominican Sisters to create that for us. And then we're going to be opening the time capsule that was buried in 1975. Not exactly sure what's in the time capsule or what we're going to get when we open it. Hopefully the contents are salvageable, and we will have them on display in the public library, in the Adrian District Library. That's the plan, as long as they survive. So at 2 o'clock, we're going to have a Mariama Sister City presentation. Mayor Heath is going to be taking care of that. 3 o'clock, we're having a Hispanic Heritage Program. We don't have that one quite nailed down yet, but we will. There will be historic walking tours going on during First Fridays. The Lenawee Historical Museum has done an amazing job with creating a walking tour, a map. And maybe we could get that sent to the DDA, the map that we have from, they had an intern there who went through and found all the historical buildings in the downtown area, put them on a map, digitized everything. It's really amazing. So we'll be using that information. We'll have it printed for that evening. And then it's also going to be housed somewhere. DDA website, a city website for future use. We've added another event for that night. At 7 o'clock, we will be having Dr. Pennington, whose family has been here for 100, what did he say, 1932 or something the other night. His family arrived here, and, or not 1832, I believe. So he is going to be doing a presentation across the street at the Presbyterian Church, essentially the history of Adrian, the history of the people of Adrian. So, because that's his family. His aunt actually was one of the first settlers here, is my understanding. So, didn't know that. So that's nice. But Doc Pennington will be there doing that presentation. So that's another thing. So this is still evolving. So if there are other organizations or people or events that we want to partner with or have created, we can do that. So if you think of things, that, or if you know of someone who has some knowledge or has some interest, please have them reach out to myself or Angie or Michelle, and we'll get them to the committee or we'll get them on the schedule. So First Fridays, once you have some decisions, just let us know and we can put some things on there for what we're going to be doing for First Fridays that night. And then obviously the fireworks. In between the First Fridays and the fireworks, the former mayors are going to be doing a mayor's ball at the Armory. And it is, it's going to be used to raise funds for an award in future years, like what's the one in Tecumseh? I can't think of it right now. Musgrove Award. So it's going to be used for creating something similar, is my understanding. So just know that that's in between there. We'll get more information, and that'll take place between 8 and 10, and that'll be a ticketed event. So that's happening too. So a lot is happening on Friday, a lot. So that'll be a great day. Just got to pray for good weather. Then going into Saturday, we have a 5K fun run and 1K walk starting down at Trussell Park. The Lenawee Endurance Club will be assisting with that. We're hoping that we can raise enough funds that it will be either free or very low cost. Maybe just enough to cover the cost of the t-shirts, maybe $10 or something like that. So that's just for something different for getting people out, showing them the Kiwanis Trail. So that will be down there. There's going to be a parade of homes. Who remembers the parade of homes from 25 years ago? I mean, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since Adrian's had a parade of homes. So the Adrian Center for the Arts has created a parade of homes. So far, they have 8 homes on their list. The cost will be, I believe, $30. And they are looking for more homes if anyone is interested. And they are also looking for docents for the homes for that day. So that'll take place both on Saturday morning and on Sunday morning. I was at their meeting on Saturday and the homes they have so far are pretty impressive. And I think it'll be interesting for people to go through and see those. We're hoping that the farmer's market does something. We're not real sure what, maybe tie it in with the bicentennial, but we want to make sure that people knew that the farmer's market will be taking place that day. And then 2 really big things happening on Saturday is that the Walker Tavern Wheels and the Detroit City 9 will be playing a vintage baseball game down at Island Park. And this is a free event. And they will be playing old-fashioned baseball. And we thought it was really important to bring this in because of our history with having the Page Fence baseball, the Negro League Baseball League players have a team here for 3 years. So we wanted to bring that history in too. So that will be taking place down just at the grassy area, right down at Island Park, where if any of you had kids and they played T-ball, it's the T-ball area. And they're very excited, all planned. Our Parks and Rec division is creating an old-fashioned scoreboard too for it. So that'll be kind of cool, I think. And then we will be moving to the Plainwave campus. Again, a great partner with us. The River Raisin Ragtime Review has taken place on this date for the last 4 or 5 years now, I want to say. And so all of the bicentennial and festivities will be taking place on Plainwave campus. They're having a Model T parade. They're having all of their bands. everything that they've done so far, and their fireworks will be taking place that night. One of the great things that they've done for us is they have created a musical piece just to commemorate the bicentennial. So there will be a special musical piece presented that day. That's the Adrian bicentennial piece too. So that's pretty exciting. And then again, on Sunday, we have the Parade of Homes. We have Angie is going to be doing a historical bike tour, I believe starting at the farmer's market and then biking around to different sites, Oakwood Cemetery, and different areas that maybe you can't see just by walking downtown. So she's going to be doing a historical bike tour. And then at noon, we will be burying the time capsule at Comstock Park. There's a small committee that's getting together that will be deciding what goes back in the capsule. We have a capsule coming from Wagley Funeral Home that are donating it. We're asking for any churches or any businesses that have bells or anything like that at noon to ring their bells. Just to signify that this is something, something special that's happening. And then from noon to 2, we'd like to have like an old-fashioned family picnic. Everyone brings your picnic basket, your blankets, your little games, those kinds of things, and have a picnic all together in Comstock Park. The Armory is going to be partnering with us also. They will be providing some games on their lawn for that day, water and cookies, different things like that. So they are also involved. And then we'll go to the sponsor information. We are still looking for some sponsors so that we can provide everything, that we want to do, mainly especially for the 5K, we're hoping to provide shuttles from the farmer's market to R4 on that Saturday. If we can provide a bus shuttle back and forth, that would alleviate a lot of the parking issues out there. That will cost quite a bit of money. The cost for having the baseball team come in and feed them. And then we have a lot of the other costs like printing and advertising and porta-johns and microphones and all those kinds of things. So we're looking for sponsors still. We have very easy website to donate. You can use, there's even on the forms that I gave to Dusty, there's a QR code that you can just go right through PayPal. So it's pretty user friendly. As you can see on the top is the map up there that the Historical Museum created. Yeah. So these will be printed and available that weekend. So they've done research on the different buildings downtown and what they were, when they were created, the style, that kind of thing. So. Oh, okay. Another thing that is, I don't know if we have on there, do we have a link to the bibliograph? So we've had great partnership with the Adrian District Library. They have created a community scrapbook for us. So if your family was here, if you bought a house and you have old pictures, if you're a history buff and you have access to old pictures, if there's letters or poems or maybe a yearbook or something, if you would be so inclined, we are looking for all of those items to be put into our scrapbook, which is housed on the Adrian District Library website. And Erin from the library, she will be curating all of that, putting it in chunks for us. And then a thumb drive of all of this will be put in the time capsule. So, and it will also always be there for us to use for future use. So if there are any old pictures, anything like that, you just dump them into the scrapbook and we can use them for future use. Did I miss anything, Ange? Okay. Anyone have any
Sorry, I
questions?
didn't have my microphone on, sorry.
Questions for Commissioner Roberts?
What we're also looking for is some volunteers. So, if you have access to volunteers or if any of you are interested in volunteering, being a docent either for the Parade of Homes or for any of the walking tours, the River Raise and Ragtime Review is looking for a lot of volunteers to help with parking and different things like that. We'll need some volunteers at the baseball game just to help with all that stuff. Yeah, we need people too, not just
And
one.
the Historical Society did say at our meeting this past Monday that they are going to extend their hours that weekend so that people can come in because they're going to have exhibits up, but we don't know what that looks like yet. But they are going to, we asked them if they would, and they said, yes, they would be more than willing. They've done that before when Lenawee County had their 200th. They extended their hours for that reason. So, but we don't know what they are.
Thank you for your leadership on this. It's come a long way.
It
Short
has,
period of time.
it really has. Yes, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll move on to board action. Jay.
It's the recommendation of the executive director that the downtown Adrian Main Street DDA approve the budget amendments of $12,000 to the accounts for the receipt of the MACC grant that will be used for murals. If you remember, we received a grant from the Michigan Arts and Culture Council in the amount of $12,000. We have received that money, and this is just to make sure it goes into the proper accounts.
Questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve this budget amendment. So moved. There's motion, support. Get that. All right, Jerry, yep, all right. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. All right, Jay.
It is the recommendation of the executive director that the Main Street DDA board approves the agreement and will commit to the fundraising necessary for the downtown fireworks on the 4th of July.
As you could go ahead.
Yeah, so on the next page of the packet, you'll see all of the different shells that will be going. This year, as opposed to last year, it's about 100 additional shells. So cost doesn't necessarily translate. Cost went up, as we all know, for everything. But this year, that special section, there were only 3 specials in there last year, and those are multiple, pyrotechnics that obviously cost more as well. And there's going to be like a mid finale and then a big finale at the end. So we've got more frequency in the same time frame. So I think that 20 minutes was really good last year. It's just going to be bigger, brighter, and louder.
Kind of like you.
Anybody in charge of weather?
Whether that is Jacob Cooper, it's
all him. Got it. Any questions for Jay on the fireworks? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve this recommendation.
So moved.
There's-
Support.
There's motion and support. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. Jay.
Last thing, it's the recommendation of the downtown Adrian Main Street DDA board that the city commission approve the downtown development TIF plan. I have some copies up here if you haven't had a chance. I think we've communicated it extensively through the process. Jane, if you'd like to step up and give us a little recap of what we got left and how we're looking.
Yeah, thank you. We did meet with the Development Area Citizens Council the last week of January, and they also issued a recommendation to the City Commission to adopt the plan. The City Commission did the first reading of the ordinance amendment to adopt the plan at their last meeting, and then come Monday, we'll have the second reading on the agenda with a public hearing. That has obviously been advertised throughout the district and mailed to all of the property owners. So we're really at the final stretch. I'm happy to answer any questions, but.
Any questions on this? A lot of great work, Jane. We really appreciate all the work that you did. And we really got a lot more than just the TIF plan out of this. We got a lot of transformational strategies, as you know, and really lined us up well with Main Street as a part of a combo, if you will, when we were doing the TIF. And so thank you for all your good work.
Thank you also for coming to a lot of commission meetings too. She has not just come here. She's been coming to the city commission meetings as well. Thank you.
Well, thank you all. It's really been a pleasure to work with you, and I'm really excited for this plan. So I can't wait to see what comes to downtown Adrian, and I've grown to love it. So I came down on a Saturday a couple weeks ago and just walked around and got some coffee. So it's a great place. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, there's been a recommendation to recommend the downtown development TIF plan to our city commission. Can I get a motion to?
So moved.
There's been a motion. Is there support?
Support.
There's motion and support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, the same. Well, we got it done with less than a month to spare. So
Right at time.
right on time. We won't have to deal with that for 30 years. Is that what it is?
Somebody else will have to deal with that.
Yeah, I'll be long.
And that's being voted on this next meeting on Monday night, the February 17th,
February.
just so you know.
I'll be part of the time capsule by the time the next one comes out.
You're not gonna fit in that. All right. We'll move on to the promotions committee.
Can we, sorry, Meredith, before we go, can we let Kate talk about First Friday?
We can.
Hi, everyone. So this last Friday was our first Friday for February. The theme was Love Local, so trying to get the community to come out and support local, mainly kind of marketing towards Valentine's Day. And with that, it was our first time implementing the Event Z app. So the scavenger hunt app that essentially is supposed to motivate people to not only come downtown, but to step inside downtown businesses. We had about 23 participants. I would say about half of those, maybe like 10, actually completed the scavenger hunt. And at least when I looked closer, seemed about 19 at least did one question. So we had a couple participants just kind of log in and look at the app at least. So 23 for the first time, not a bad number. Of course, the goal every time now is going to be to increase that frequency of using the app. Spoke with some business owners about it. It seemed support was there. They liked the app. They, of course, had a couple recommendations or challenges, I guess, with the first time, which we were kind of expecting. It's the first time using this app. We knew there were going to be challenges and hiccups. We just didn't know what those were going to be. So now we know those and we are going to address them. So this next scavenger hunt, which will be Saturday for Shop and Stroll, will be, better than ever. One of those issues was people were not actually coming into the shops. So how we're combating that is adding a GPS component to each challenge now. So they've got to come into the shop, check in, and then complete their challenge. Another one is clear rules in the beginning. So we don't have people trying to repeat submissions to get a higher score, because the idea is we want more people to compete. And if we have people trying to, play the system, so to speak, it might not encourage a lot of people to play. So yeah, overall, I thought the turnout was pretty good for the first time. And like I said, we're going to keep improving and keep implementing this app for each event.
Yeah, your businesses were promoting it because I was in one that was everybody, the minute they walked in the door, and they were helping them even with their phones to put the app on the phones for
good.
some of them. And so they were excited about it and there was a buzz. There was quite a few people in that store. So
Mhm.
they were pushing it hard and really promoting it and people were participating, at least where I was. So
Yes,
Yes.
great. I love to hear that. Yeah. Hopefully we can get the public to know a lot about it. So that way in the summertime, when our participation to these events go way up, we're not going to have those little kinks and hiccups. So great. Love to hear it. Thank you.
Along with the Events app, one of the things that we've talked about frequently is the stores are responsible for the last 30 feet, right? And one meeting I said with the business owners that I can't shove people into your store. we figured out how to shove them in the store now. So literally, we're putting more feet in the store. So it can't be any easier for them to, attract business in their store. We're literally driving customers in for them now.
Mhm.
So.
Excellent.
Yeah, and the store I was in, all but one person while I was in there said they'd never been in there. So that it was new for them to be in there.
Great.
So that was also really great to hear.
Yeah. Awesome.
Questions for Kate?
Could we do a big push with like the student life at Sienna and Adrian and JCC to get them out, especially for the Taylor Swift shop and stroll?
Yes, great idea. That actually was brought up by a business owner as well, because she noticed that it seemed to be a lot of her customers were that college crowd. So it's something we can market to them definitely. And, sometimes you hear, there's nothing to do. I have to go to Ann Arbor or whatever. Well, now we've got this great app that you can participate in. Yeah, win money, $200, 150 in downtown dollars, and who knows down the line, once it gets bigger, the prizes might get bigger. But yeah, especially those Thursday nights too.
We definitely on the radar for us to do, probably not gonna be able to do it for Saturday, but as we continue to grow, we'll make sure that happens. And I've had a great conversation with Thomas about how we do that. And he's got some mechanisms that will help us with that. So
Yep. Great.
thanks, Kate.
Thank you.
Sorry, Meredith, go right ahead.
The promotion committee in the last several weeks, our main focus has been finalizing the event calendar for 2025. We're ramping up to multiple events per month. So that's been quite a challenge for us, but I think we're closing in on it. So.
Questions? We have a March, first Friday's theme.
The March 1st Fridays theme is going to be March Madness. So we got a couple things we're playing on as far as integrating maybe a bracket system for stores and using the Events app to show your favorite sporting team, probably college basketball themed along those lines.
All right.
And those will be out probably next week. I think we've got all the themes finalized, so we'll make it a public announcement and get those out and on the website.
Excellent. Any report from Town and Gown?
Town and Gown did meet. There's a kickoff meeting for the National Interns Day. I believe it's tomorrow. They're gonna have the kickoff meeting for that. I want to say last year there was like 75 interns in Lenawee County that participated in that. So it's a great partnership with a number of agencies. We're fortunate to be one of those to help support that. And then really working on the collaboration. We have the student welcome back. We've set a date on that in August and really working on that collaboration between all the entities.
Excellent. I'll report on the organization fundraising committee. Did meet with Commissioner Roberts and we were talking about, the past mayor's ball. We're talking about what bicentennial is, what the DDA's position is as far as fundraising goes, just so that we all understand that, we don't want to go do multiple asks to all of our donors, so just to clarify that we want a partnership, we want to be a big part of the bicentennial and we want to come as great partners. And as you could hear from Mary, that there was a number of organizations has agreed to partnership. And that was what we did at this DDA a long time back, bringing those silos together, all of us working together to make something really big happen. And so again, I appreciate Commissioner Roberts and all her efforts, and we continue to fundraise. We do have some good news in that the Town Square project, we are now can go ahead and disclose that we received $1 million from the Hickman Foundation towards that project. So it'll be spread out over 4 years, and what a tremendous thing. Just outstanding. And so we continue to hit the donors. Jacob and Jay continue to work on that, and we're having good success. So we'll continue to push forward. Go to economic vitality.
Has not met yet. Those are, nor has the design committee. Those are both on me to get them going. I believe the mural committee, the call for the artist, I believe, goes live this afternoon. So it had to go through an approval process with the software provider, and so I think that goes live this afternoon. And that will line up perfectly for us getting it done in May. And I think we're going to shortly release the second call for artists for the mural that would go on 122 South Main Street as well.
Awesome. Before I go to Linaway now, I should have done this at the beginning of the meeting, but up on your screen, you'll see Carrie Dillon. She's our newest DDA member. If you remember, we voted her in, recommended to the commission, and our mayor appointed. So thank you for the commission, and Carrie, welcome to the team. All right. We'll now move on to Tim.
Good morning. Couple things going on. I don't know if you talked to them about Park House. Park House just passed the 50% mark on being completed. So that's great news. I don't know if you've been up past by Bixby yet. Last I saw, just the smokestack was standing. So a lot of that's come down. That'll be 60 new housing units for Lenawee County, for Adrian. That'll be fabulous. Let's see. Our Lean Rocket Lab program that we're doing to take small businesses and help them grow the next cohort 1 to the next one. We'll do it in the fall again. We'll do this in September, and we're helping the businesses along the way, get them geared up to go into that. I've told you before, we received an EPA grant to do assessments, a $500,000 grant from EPA to do assessments. It's a 4-year grant. Phase 1s, phase 2s, BEAs, do cares. We can't use the money to clean properties up, but it can do all the testing that we need to find out what's there. So we released the RFPs in December. And so we got them all back. We're reviewing them. We'll button those up and announce who the ending environmental engineering company that gets the contract this Friday. We've still got a little bit of reviewing to do. What else we got? Familiarization tour. We did a familiarization tour last year with the MIS race. What that is we brought in 4 site selectors. We're going to do 4 site selectors this year too. Those are individuals or companies that work with clients on relocation packages, on relocation expansion plans. There's a Realtor Plus, basically. So it's help them find some property, but also does that community have the labor force? Does it have the raw materials? Does it have everything we need? So we're just trying to get on their radar screen that Lenawee County exists. We're doing this in partnership with Jackson County's Economic Development Agency. What else we got going? EPA Hospital. Align Center, we're still on track to get that building should be done May, June. In the meantime, we've rented a building on US 12. I don't know if you know where Harold's Place is, basically right across the street from Harold's Place. I can't remember, don't know if it's a storage unit there before. Right now, we have a flooring class going on there. It's a 10-week flooring class to help folks if they want to get into the flooring business, installers, be that hardwoods, carpet, tile, anything like that. And then we've got 2 more planned. We've got an HVAC plan training session that will start in March. I think that's a 20-week class to get people start to work on getting certified to be in the HVAC business. And then also plumbing. The plumbing starts in a couple of weeks. That's another, I think that one's 20 weeks as well. A lot of the plumbing companies have sent some of their beginners, their new hires to us to help get them trained. So hopefully that will be a whole bunch of new jobs and employees. I think that's all the news that is fit to print. If there's any questions, be happy to answer them.
Questions for Tim? Tim, thank you for the update.
Thank you, sir.
Are there any other DDA matters at this time that anybody would like to bring up? If not, we'll move on to public comment. So anybody in the public that would like to address our Main Street Board today?
Good morning. I'm Sheila Blair from Launch Lenawee, and I just wanted to let you know that starting in March, we'll be kicking off a brand new learning series for business owners called Ask the Experts. And those will be held starting March 25th, every other Tuesday night. We'll have subjects, a panel group discussion with Q&A from the audience, subjects like marketing and AI, IT and cybersecurity, legal matters, insurance, things like that. So all of the things, if you can think of what a business owner has to deal with, all the different hats that business owners have to wear, they can actually ask the experts Instead of like having to hire an attorney, they can ask their questions to see if they need to hire an attorney. So we're trying to save them a little bit money and also give them some information. We are also in the process of, not quite in the middle yet, of a brand new group of new entrepreneurs that are going through our LEAP program, Launch Lenaway Entrepreneurial Action Program, which is the traditional Launch Lenaway series that you're probably familiar with, where it takes an entrepreneur from a business idea to actually launching their business. And we have 10 businesses that potentially could launch at the end of that, which will be at the end of April. So we're very excited about that. And we're also expecting a brand new summer series for education for small business owners as well. That'll be coming out later this spring. Thank you.
Thank you. Other members of the public? Don, you don't have anything to say today?
I will if you want me to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna push you.
I think you're about doing this.
All right. Well, I, again, appreciate this team. It continues to strengthen. If you can't tell, it is getting stronger and stronger. And we still have a few openings for the DDA. Is it two? One. We're down to one new opening. And so we'll continue to post that. Again, thank you, Kate, joining the team, and Thomas, thank you for being here. And appreciate everyone and what they do. Any other board member comments today? I have a flight at 7 o'clock Toledo. There'll probably be 3 inches. I'm not going to make it to Florida, I don't think. Oh, I just wanted some sympathy there. Hearing that, I'll take a motion to adjourn. So moved. Is motion, is there support?
Support.
Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.